Hey gang, welcome to Pia's Beauty Review. I wanted to come here to do another chit chat video. Another video about body positivity, about self-confidence, about loving yourself, and I'm probably going to preach this until the cows come home, so to speak. I'm not only preaching it for you, but I'm preaching it for me because I feel that I need it. I was just looking at some past pictures of me 3 years ago after I had had a complete hysterectomy and compared to how I look today. And the weight that I had lost at the time of surgery, I have regained. It's not something that I'm proud of, but I'm trying to not beat myself up over it. If you watched my last body positivity video, I had talked about how some people view body positivity as being something that condones being overweight. It condones overeating, etc., 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 which is not the case. You may be trying to lose weight, and you may not be. But it's a matter of loving yourself just exactly where you are at this moment. Just because you're trying to be positive about yourself, because you're trying to love yourself and love other people just exactly where they are right at this moment, doesn't mean that you are condoning an unhealthy lifestyle. And I just really hope and pray that a lot of people who are feeling this way can get off of that soapbox, for lack of a better way to put it. The mind is such a powerful tool. We don't even realize when we see all these images that are in the social media, whether it be Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Tumblr, any of those different social media sites, YouTube, television, magazines, billboards, the list goes on and on. The mind can, at least for me, I can only speak from my own personal experience, but sometimes when I see those different things, it might be a beautiful girl who has a slender body, and she shouldn't be ashamed either. She should be positive about herself as well. And so this is not a thin bashing video by any means. But speaking for myself, when I see those, my flesh has a tendency to go, yeah, you don't look like that, do you? Yeah, you keep eating this, that, and the other thing, and you want to look like that, but you're never going to look like that because you keep eating the way you do. All these old tapes start to play in the mind. Well, if you would get off your fat duff and go do something, you wouldn't be like that. I can just constantly beat myself up, ridicule myself over and over and over again. And the thing is, if you can catch yourself in the midst of that mental beat up, if you can stop yourself and say, you know what, stop it. I am just fine, just exactly where I am. No, I might not look like her, but she doesn't look like me either. I'm never going to look like her. She has a smaller frame. I'm imagining a billboard as I'm driving past through a big city of a model. I'm never going to look like her. She has a small frame. I have a bigger frame. She may have a very high metabolism. I've got a slower metabolism. Because I'm not thin does not make me a bad person. If you are not stick thin, it does not make you a bad person. We are people. There are good and bad in every walk of life, no matter if you're fat, thin, tall, short, black, blue, green, purple, yellow, orange. No matter what your body size or your skin color, there's good and bad in everybody. So I think part of the key is just stopping ourselves, because our mind is so strong in how it thinks and what it does. And sometimes I think our minds can run away with us a little bit. We have a tendency to just let it go unbridled and let it run at will. And I believe that if we can harness that if we can stop it in its tracks where it's at when we catch it, I really, and I'm trying not to say as much too, but that, because I feel like I'm thinking. So my apologies for saying that too much. But I think that if we can harness in our minds, our thoughts, and stop ourselves from belittling and degrading ourselves, we can turn this thing around. So many times for myself, I like to spend time alone. I love people. I love to be around people as well. But regardless of who you are, where you are, why you are, everyone at some point in time, each day, needs a little alone time. You may say, I am such a people person. I could not be alone ever. And I had that told to me by some different people until they had kids. And then they were like, now I know what you mean. Now I know what you mean. Yeah, I do need the alone time. You need to recharge. But sometimes when I am alone, my mind, especially if I'm seeing something on social media, a beautiful girl who has a beautiful figure that she should not be ashamed of, but it just makes me feel less than because I don't live up to her beauty, her body type. And it's not her problem. It's my problem. It's what I go through in my own mind. But if I can stop myself and say, you know what? She is beautiful, but I'm beautiful too. Am I perfect? No, she's not perfect either. She may look perfect. She may appear to have everything all together. On the outside, she may appear to have everything all together. And that's where so many of us, I believe, get so disenchanted because of what we see, how things appear to look. So many times people have on, I like to call it their Sunday church face, where everything is great, everything's fine, I have no problems, my life is perfect, I feel great all the time, nothing's wrong, everything's perfect. Why do you ask? I'm great, I'm not feeling sad, I'm not feeling angry, everything's wonderful, and I live in this bubblegum candy land. From the outside of some people, it can appear that they have it all together. Let me assure you that they don't. I'm not saying that their lives are falling apart. But I don't care who you are, again, what size you are, what color you are, what ethnicity you are. Everybody has issues. Could be mental issues, could be financial issues, spiritual issues, emotional issues, physical issues, whatever the case may be. We all have issues. But we have a tendency to, I believe, to trick ourselves into looking at that other person who has a smile on their face, and we don't know the background to what they're really going through. And we can have a tendency to think, they got it all together. I don't have it all together. And I have got so many bills, I don't know if I'm going to ever see the light of day. I need this done and that done, and I need to go here and there, but I don't have the money, and, just a host of different things. But so and so, Betty Boop, she's got everything together. She's got a new car, she's got a nice husband, her kids are well behaved. She always looks impeccable. But what we may not see is the argument that she and her husband had this morning before church, or the fact that her husband is cheating on her, or that her daughter got picked up for underage drinking, or that their dog just got hit on the road, because we only know what we see. And so I just want you to keep in mind that everything isn't always as it appears. Don't get caught up into what my pastor likes to call comparatinitis, comparing yourself to everybody else around you that you think has everything together, because everybody has issues. Love yourself exactly right where you are right now, exactly how you are, whether your hair is curly, whether it's straight, whether you're tall, whether you're short, whether you're fat, whether you're thin, whether you're bald, whatever, it doesn't matter. Love yourself right where you are. And I plan on coming back and watching this video at another time just to give myself a bit of a boost on those days when I get caught up in comparatinitis. I pray that you are healthy, that you're happy, that you're safe. And I pray that you have peace in your life. And I pray that you love yourself just exactly how you are right at this very moment, and that you don't accept anything less. Huge hugs to you. Until we meet again, my friends, have a fantastic rest of your week.